Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Goldfish.
Boys.
My name is Seth.
I'm Sam.
My name's Elijah, and I'm bringing the heat.
Welcome back, everybody. If you're new to the show, every Monday on Spotify, we're available. We like to watch a movie all together. I, Seth, like to show my buddies over here a new movie, a classic film most of the time that they have not seen. And today is the day that we've been waiting for. Michael Mann's Heat.
Heat.
Weeks in the making. Yeah.
Yep. This has been a long time in the making. This is the movie that I got Sam to want to watch with us, right?
Yeah.
You told me about this one movie, and I was like, I guess I'll just watch the whole series.
Yeah.
So what was the pitch that Seth gave to get you into this?
He was
Because
like-
you're pretty far into it.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly, but it was like, this is my favorite movie of all time. Sam, if you don't watch this, then I can't talk to you.
Yeah, this is what we've been building up for. This whole dozens worth of movies that I compiled between Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, two arguably the GOAT.
The goats.
And now we see them face off for the first time since The Godfather Part 2.
Yeah.
Guys, what are our thoughts?
I'll go first. Okay. Great film. Very different compared to what we've been watching, right? So that was fun. I
Bro's speechless.
I loved all of it. I can't say there was a low point. Yeah.
Let's go, Sam. Up top. Nice.
Up top, down low. How low can you go?
And then Elijah follows it up with, it was pretty good. But
Yeah, it was okay.
It's not Telegram.
I thought this movie was incredible. I very much liked it. Like you're saying, it's very different. I thought the pacing was incredible
Yeah.
for being 2 and 50 minutes.
Yeah.
It did not feel. I didn't lag once. I was not bored once. I was captivated the whole time.
Yeah.
I loved the heist genre. I love the heist genre in general. So this
Yeah.
hit like a sweet spot for me. The thing that really carried it is the performances. They were unmatched. You have two the greatest of all
Powerhouses.
the goats, just cranking it the whole time, and I loved watching it.
Yeah.
It was a great watch.
That's awesome to hear, guys. So for some context, this is Michael Mann's 1995 picture where De Niro and Pacino show down for the first time, if y'all haven't heard of this movie. For me personally, like these guys know, this is one of my favorite films of all time. On a different day, I could say it's my favorite film. Between the few that I cycle with, this is easily one of my all-time favorites. It's a very personal movie to me. I watch it, like I said, every year.
Yeah.
And my friend Cristiano bought it for me for
Yeah.
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's it's actually the first movie that I owned on DVD.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Blu-ray or
No,
or
it's just the
DVD?
DVD. Even the DVDs, it was $20.
Yeah, really?
At Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, rumor on the street is that whenever you introduce yourself to a new person, you say, "Hi, my name is Seth, and my favorite movie is."
Literally, I love this movie so much that I would watch scenes from it, and I would just sit there and impersonate and act the
Really?
lines because I love the line deliveries and I love the writing.
Yeah.
so much.
You were throwing that out a bit during the movie too.
Oh yeah, I was quoting
was
it like
fun.
it was a song.
Yeah, especially all the Pacino lines.
Oh yeah,
You're
I got
cranking.
the picture. She's got a great ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of that on the pod.
Sorry for cousin.
Sorry for cussing. Just based on the lines of this movie, we're gonna need a lot of sorry for cussing.
Sorry for cousin.
Sam, any other additional thoughts as we slowly unravel through this movie?
The performances were definitely some of the best in their careers, in my opinion. So yeah.
Oh, so you think that this is some of their peak performances?
Yeah, for
Peak of
some.
powers.
For some. Mhm.
Yeah.
I thought this was a very nice. So this is we can call it our finale, even though we still do have the Irishman, but we'll
That's
treat
more
that
of an
as an
epilogue.
epilogue. There
Yeah,
you go.
of course.
This, specifically that last scene, it feels like everything was leading up to that last
culmination.
scene.
Yeah.
Kind of like the first time they met in this one, which was when they met at the coffee place, right?
Yeah.
That was the first time they're face to face.
Cafe.
And then the last scene where they hold, no spoilers.
Oh,
The
spoilers!
last scene of them together, which is the last scene of the movie, that felt like it relieved the whole series. It was resolved, and I like that a lot.
Did that just feel like a satisfying end to this whole saga as we've been deep diving into this whole thing?
I would say so.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's so much more than just the roles that they played in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm choking on my goldfish here.
We almost need to call a medic on the Goldfish Boys. Do not try this at home.
These things are not safe for kids. Why are they feeding them? But basically, I felt so much of their characters like in all of these movies in that last scene, and I thought it was like incredible.
Yeah. I really loved like because obviously I could have just shown y'all like here's Heat. This is one of my favorite movies, but I really love that we had this opportunity to not only like plot about them and discuss their whole like careers leading up to Heat, but we really like watched every step in their development. Like we start off where Al Pacino was just a baby in The Godfather, and Robert De Niro was the slick, composed reprising Marlon Brando's character as
Vito.
Yeah, Vito, the Godfather. So this is just amazing. And this is how they marketed the movie when it was coming out. Like, this is the showdown between Pacino and De Niro. And these were man's first choice. And you could feel how the whole movie, it kind of reminded me of, like, in Marvel when it's teasing when the hero and villain face off. Like, how they keep on teasing that they're about to face off. Like, the way that it's shot, and they're, like, looking at each other, but they're not. And, like, Pacino's dropping these lines like, oh yeah, let's watch him. We gotta watch him. Yeah, and like they're looking at us. Yeah, and you could feel them slowly getting closer and closer. It's just awesome.
I was gonna ask about that. So you said like the marketing, like they clearly they were intentional with this. The fact that it was like their first face to face.
It was marketed as the Pacino De Niro showdown, which is how I've been like marketing it to y'all.
Other than The Irishman, this is like kind of the only one that they've been like face to face in. Correct?
I mean, people will say like, the first movie that they were together in is Godfather 2. But this is the first time they ever were like on the screen at the same time.
Yeah. Because I don't really consider, I get that they're in the same movie, but I don't really consider Godfather 2 like they're them going, them being face to face. Yeah. So that, and it's interesting that like there's only one of it. I mean, obviously we're going to watch The Irishman, but this is like them. I know are they like past their prime or like the end of their prime?
I would say they're like a full decade past their prime.
Like way past their prime.
Like I would consider De Niro's prime like Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, and then Goodfellas is like kind of like his. Like,
and what
prime
year is Goodfellas?
Goodfellas is 90.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is like
a few years after.
Yeah. This is, or was it 90 or? Yeah, I think it was 90. Yeah, because this is 95.
I see.
And Pacino is like his prime is known as like Scarface, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So this is definitely like, especially because that they're already established. So in basketball terms, like they've already won their championships. Yeah. They've won their MVPs. They both have established careers. But now it's like some people either compare it to when Larry Bird and Magic Johnson faced off, or they refer to it as like when they joined on the Dream Team.
I see.
And what I forget, the 96 Dream Team?
96 Dream Team. Yeah. When
they're like finally on the same team.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it just feels like there's so much going into it. And I think it's interesting that even after their prime, they're still able to put together such a powerhouse performance. It's insane.
Yeah. Sam, what do you think of those performances?
The performances?
Yeah.
I'd say it's one of Pacino's best performances, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be De Niro's best performance, but he did a great job. Yeah. I definitely prefer De Niro's character over Pacino's, though.
Yeah. For me, this is one of those movies that's like a miracle of like a bunch of people collaborating that are at the peak of their powers. Like I feel like De Niro is still operating at a career high level. Pacino's operating at a career high level. Yeah. This is Michael Mann, like from the writing and the direction. This is clearly his like magnum opus. Like every line you could feel it like, oh, he's painting. Like he is like in the stars with this movie. And it's all happening in one moment. And I feel like that's just so special.
Is this Michael Mann's first time working with either of these actors?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think that he worked with either one. I could be wrong, but I don't think he ever worked with De Niro or Pacino before this.
To me, it's like interesting because these actors have like storied pasts with all these directors. De Palma, Scorsese, you know, you can name some other ones. I feel like it's like kind of interesting that their like big one, final one is Michael Mann. Who did The Irishman?
The Irishman was Scorsese.
Okay, so that could be considered their last one.
Yeah, that's definitely their send off, which I'm excited to get into.
Okay.
Any more things that we want to talk about before we get into categories?
I think we
should get into categories.
Yeah,
sounds good. Before we get into categories, just where do y'all feel this movie lands in the overall like scope of y'all's like films or favorite films? Sam?
It's not my favorite film. I love it though. Like it's topped almost everything we've seen.
Wow.
Right? So it'd be hard to rate it right now, but yeah, overall, I'd still give it like a 9.5. Yeah.
Yeah. The glowing review from Sam.
Glowing review.
Elijah?
So, I'm looking at my list right now for this series, and I think that it falls right above Casino. So
wow,
it's
topic
gonna
Casino is crazy because you're like on fire during.
Yeah, I love Casino.
Watch. Yeah.
So Godfather 1, 2, Once Upon a Time in America, and then it falls somewhere around Casino, either before or after. I think like since we're fresh off the watch, it falls like before Casino. After a while, I'm not sure, but I think it tops. It would be right above Raging Bull or Casino.
Wow.
Which are just great. It ranks very highly up there.
Yeah, I could see why, like, because there's a big theme with the gangster movies that you're attracted to the most, which is you enjoy the sweeping familial dramas, where it's like even though they're slower and more patient in their pace, it seems like you're attracted to those like generational historical dramas because those are very grounded, very American. Or it's like, oh, there's a very like romantic, and there's violence in them, but it's they're very romantic Shakespearean sagas, right? So he is like such a completely because he is like there is certainly romance in it, but it's definitely a colder like shoot 'em up movie.
It's more action based,
like, blasting,
for sure. That's an interesting observation that I didn't really think about because my 1, 2, and 3 are Godfather 1, 2, and Once Upon a Time in America, which are like big sweeping family films. And then Casino's not, but like the top 3 are. So that's interesting observation. Yeah.
What are your favorite from this series?
So I would say this movie ranks the highest.
Whoa!
Wow. Ranks the highest.
Whoa!
But is not my favorite movie.
Okay.
So
ranks the highest in terms of like quality.
You think it's the best movie you've seen for the series?
Quality, the script, the dialogue, the characters, highest we've seen. Right?
Awesome, Sam.
But it's not my favorite movie.
What's your favorite? Godfather.
Godfather. Yeah.
Where would it rank in your
like just
preference?
Overall?
Yeah.
Preference?
Like your favorites, because essentially you're saying like quality versus like personal enjoyment, right?
I'm guessing it's just right below Godfather in terms of preference.
That's a hard choice. I have to look at the list and redo it. Yeah.
Seth, how about you? This ranks as your.
So this is, I think the biggest tension is between Godfather and Heat because they both show greatness on two sides of the spectrum. Where it's like the Godfather is pure like artistic mastery, right? Where it's like Coppola in such an early stage of his career is still pulling off something that feels like it's never been done at that point, right? But then you have Michael Mann and I'm just like, it's well written and I'm having fun and there's epic shootouts and there's heists and it's flashy and it's stylish and it's Pacino going, she's got a great ass! Like The Godfather doesn't have those like dips of like lack of self-seriousness, right? But I love that about Heat. So honestly, it's a toss-up. If I'm picking one to rewatch though, it's probably Heat. Right? Yeah. But I think The Godfather is like a bigger, more historical and more important film. Don't make me choose between them. Let's go and head into favorite scene of the movie.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. Favorite scene, Sam, you got one?
Do I have one?
Yeah.
It'd be between two. Okay. So one would be the coffee scene. Well, technically the pullover to the coffee scene where they interact for the first time, Pacino and De Niro.
Banger choice. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the back and forth between them and then the like, I wouldn't hesitate.
The cafe scene.
The cafe scene, right? It would be that or the whole bank heist.
Yeah. Awesome. You don't want to be a hero.
Yeah. Seth, how about you?
Oh, my favorite scene easily is the diner scene. I like what it means in the movie. I like what it means in the context of cinema. Like it feels like I'm watching Magic Johnson and Larry Bird go head to head in an NBA Finals.
Was it just me or in the cafe/diner scene? Did it seem like they were kind of acknowledging that it was like their first time on the screen together, or was that just me? Like they kind of
there's a meta feeling to that movie because it's perfect for the characters because both of them are face to face and there's like a rivalry there that you could feel, but it has a meta meaning outside of the film where it's like, oh, we both understand that we're two legends and you're good at what you do, I'm good at what I do, but I'm better than you, and you could feel that they're like showing off their colors in their own like scenes, but together they're like, I respect what you do, we both respect each other, but I'm killing you in this movie. Like I'm better than you. And like, I love that so much. Yeah. And we'll get into it in the Inside Scoop. Okay. Like the intensity around that movie as they were like, or around that scene as they were shooting it. Yeah. Elijah, what's your favorite scene?
I'm gonna go with the basic one that I did that just generally was my favorite scene, which is the ending scene.
Yeah.
Everything from even I like De Niro's girlfriend at the car and everything there on actually like hotel or hotel scene on into the rest of the movie, hotel and airport stuff. Specifically, the last shot we get of them holding hands. Did we already did spoilers, right?
Yeah, I yelled the spoilers. Awesome. I called it real early.
Awesome. That scene, all of the sneaking around at the airport, the hotel scene where his girlfriend gets out of the car and like you see, her heart drop like that. That was a very powerful scene to me because it reinforced like the pattern that we see in the movie of like they all lose who they love, whether it be death or having to leave. Right. I think everything at the end was incredible.
Yeah, the silence and the tension in that climactic shootout is just so brilliant to me. Like, they don't exchange a single word. Like, usually, if this was a superhero movie, you'd get the part where one of the characters is down and like, "I'm sorry. What did I tell you? Yeah, this is what we're all about." You could feel the respect between them. Like, it's just two masters at their craft going head to head. Yeah, but there's no word spoken, and I love the tension and like, man directs this so well that you could feel like the stage, and you don't need to like hear anything. You just understand fully like what's happening. Like De Niro peeking out the corner, he's not there. Yeah, and then like it cuts, and then like I like how when it moves to Pacino's perspective, the editing kind of like confuses you, and that like you don't know where De Niro is anymore. Did you feel that way? Where
it's very disoriented.
Yeah, like it moves and it's like where
all the
is
buildings are the same, so
you can't really tell.
Yeah,
and that to me that happened a few times in the movie. A few of the shootout scenes are like that too. The ending scene, I like how it's at the airport, like signifying like him and his girlfriend like could have been on the planes like taking off.
I like how it's a literal send off in a physical place. Yeah.
It's crazy, and I mean I just think it looked dope too. Like the airport was awesome.
The way that and there's a lot about the movie that feels like a metaphor to filmmaking, but like specifically with this one, I really enjoyed how like the lighting and the like slow-mo and the way that the camera pushes into Pacino plays out. Yeah, because I remember when I was watching it for the first time, the lights come on. You know that De Niro already knows about this. He's waiting because you're like, oh, like as he was coming by, he's like, you know that the light's gonna come again, right? Like it sets that up, and you feel Pacino's naked out in the open, and you know that De Niro kind of has like an advantage, because he's naked, and De Niro is right there, and he's turning the corner, right? And the light blares on Pacino, camera pushes in, and I'm heartbroken because I think he's dead. I'm like, oh, surely he's dead. But then he gets that split second with the shadow coming out. Oh, what a twist.
It's gas. So did y'all predict at the end that De Niro was going to die? Well, I mean, you've seen the movie, but let's like go back to your first time.
I didn't predict that he was going to die. I didn't really know where it was going, for most of the time. I kind of expected them to like face off, right? But neither of them like win.
Yeah.
I could have, when I was watching it, I was like, it could go either way.
Yeah. That's like one of the things that I loved about this heist movie is that crime movie is that like I feel like some crime movies, like you can tell what's going to happen. This, you honestly, anything could have happened. I would not have been shocked if like something else happened. Like it went the other way. It could have easily gone the other way.
He could have won. Yeah. Also, you were mentioning the lights and how De Niro knew about them and everything, right?
Yeah.
In my opinion, the lights made De Niro just as naked as Pacino, because when he was looking back at them, he like was like so anxious. Like that. It made me.
When he was walking back, I felt that anxiety too, because he was like just out illuminated. In the open. That was the first time that you see that.
That was probably the most uncomfortable scene for me. So good transition. But that's what I thought about that. So
I love that scene so much. Like that. Oh man, it's just so perfect.
Yeah.
Any other favorite scenes for you, Elijah?
I liked the shootout scene on the streets. I have some issues with it, but
how it was like whipping back and forth.
And I think that was like, the more I thought about it, the more intentional that was. But in the moment, I was like, this is really dumb, because there's crossfire everywhere. You literally have cops shooting at cops. And I get that, like it doesn't matter because it's an action film. It's not supposed to be realistic, but like it was very kind of disorienting. However, I did enjoy it. It was very intense. I mean, it's like the most epic thing you'll see. It's like machine guns in the streets of New York City. It feels like the Avengers, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just like crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that a lot.
For me, like what I like about that scene is like, yes, it's like two dudes in the middle of a crossfire between cops, but I think what I like how like man does without explaining is like there's cops with like little pistols, and then it's like Val Kilmer at the center with a giant like assault rifle just blaring, and you could see that the cars are getting like torn to pieces.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
like they're getting wiped out. That scene, just to dip into inside scoop, they shot the rounds live, so that's why the sound design is so unique. Because usually they dub the gunfire over the top in action movies, but this movie is hailed as far as like the action goes because the rounds being fired were recorded live. So that's like they're actually firing rounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. One of the other scenes that comes to mind of one of the most impressive performances for me is Val Kilmer's girlfriend. Whenever they ask her to turn him in, and that whole scene with the kid, and then when he comes back and they do the whole exchange.
I think no dialogue, just the eyes, a smile on the lips.
I think she portrayed so much with her face, like that was very impressive to me.
Yeah. Any other candidates for you, Sam?
Yeah, but I don't know if it'd be favorite scene, right? Or it wouldn't be my favorite scene, and I'll save these for later when we get to a different category. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. A little early for this, but I want to get into it before we get into the Talladega Nights quote of the movie.
All right.
We're getting into pop quiz.
Oh, okay, okay.
All right.
Newer segment.
How many curse words were in this one?
Sam, look away. All right, guys. So we were really enjoying Al Pacino's character and his lines.
Indeed.
He probably had the best lines in the movie.
Oh, by far.
Yeah.
Honestly, the best lines of this whole series. I haven't heard. So like name a character who had more better lines than Al Pacino.
I won't argue against that.
He's incredible in this.
Yeah. So the pop quiz for today. The question is, which line did Al Pacino improvise?
Okay.
We're gonna look at the following answer choices.
All right.
Pay attention.
TikTok is gonna eat this up, bro. I'm telling you right now.
All right. Line number 1. Vincent Hanna. Who? What are you? And sorry, I'm gonna cuss here. Who? What are you? A fucking owl?
Okay.
Option
Sorry
2.
for cussing.
Option 2. I gotta hold on to my angst. I preserve it because I need it. It keeps me sharp, on the edge, where I gotta be.
Okay.
Well,
we're seeing the impressions.
Option 2. Alan Marciano. Why'd I get mixed up with that bitch? Vincent Hanna. Cause she's got a great ass, and you get your head all the way up it. Okay.
All right.
Guys, which of these 3 lines was improvised?
Okay. Sammy, you want to go first?
I really want to say the great ass one.
Really?
But I feel like that's such an obvious one, right? Like at this point, it wouldn't be improvised, but I'm going to stick with my answer.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've heard you say that a few times. I'm going to go with the owl line because I think it's the most uncreative.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first winner of the pop quiz.
Oh. Wait, it's the second, right? We did this last
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Did we both
Sorry.
lose on the last one?
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, got it.
Yeah.
So this is the first winner.
All right, first winner.
First point on the board. Samuel Rodriguez.
Oh!
Yes, it is confirmed in an interview by Michael Mann.
Wow.
That, the reason why Alan Marciano's face is so lit up and so scared is because Al Pacino just turns and goes, "She's got a great ass!" And everyone's like stone faced. But it's a line that wasn't being expected at all.
That's crazy.
He just pulled that from his back
That's insane.
pocket. It's like him pulling it behind the back, turn around, step back 3, and everyone's just like, what?
Especially considering it's definitely the most memorable
Like, yeah.
line from like the movie, I think.
I thought it would have been planned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good job,
I mean,
Sam.
you should have trademarked that, Sam. I'm pretty sure I've heard you say that before.
So the reason why I had us do that pop quiz is because now let's get into our favorite category, the Talladega Nights.
All right.
Quote of the movie.
Well, we got a little bit something different for today. And
It's like not a quote from Talladega Nights.
it is indeed a quote from Talladega Nights, but it's going to be kind of a long one. So just hang with me.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna
we watched the longest movie.
Just to represent how good Heat was, I figured I'd pick a really good quote from Talladega
All right,
the
you have
Nights.
the floor.
So just bear with me and just close your eyes for a second. The listeners, close your eyes. Sam and Seth,
Levi, go ahead and close your eyes.
Levi, go ahead and close your eyes. All right, and just imagine these words. Let this speak to you. Let this speak over you.
I know
okay,
what we're doing.
you know what we're doing. All right. Oh wait, hold on. Open your eyes.
Kill you.
Open your eyes. All right. So let me set some context first. Then we'll do that. Right.
This is gonna take up half the pod.
This is at the end of the movie, right? And Ricky Bobby, he needs to race. All right. He doesn't feel like racing, but he needs to race. And his new girlfriend is trying to convince him to do that. So go ahead and close your eyes, and we'll listen to the quote. It's because it's what you love, Ricky. It is who you were born to be. And here you sit thinking, well, Ricky Bobby is not a thinker. Ricky Bobby is a driver. He's a doer. And that's what you need to do. You don't need to think. You need to drive. You need speed. You need to get out there. You need to rev your engine. You need to fire it up. And you need to grab a hold of that line between speed and chaos. And you need to wrestle to the ground like a demon cobra. And then when the fear rises up in your belly, you use it. And you know that fear is powerful because it has been there for billions of years. And it is good. And you use it. And you ride it. And you ride it like a skeleton horse through the gates of hell. And then you win, Ricky. You win. And you don't win for anybody else. You win for you. And you know why? Because a man takes what he wants. He takes it all. And you're a man, aren't you? Aren't you? And then Ricky Bobby says this. Susan, I've never heard you talk like that. Are we about to make animal noises? All right, you can open your eyes.
I gotta say that experience changed my life.
One of these days, I'm gonna get a compilation of every quote of the movie, and it's just gonna be Elijah reciting the whole movie.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do. It's all of Talladega Nights, but it's Elijah saying on the pod. I gotta say, did you save that one for this episode?
Yeah, I knew that one existed, and I wanted to save it for like a movie where it was like a special occasion.
Yeah.
And I feel like that quote is banger. Like I feel like that's on par to the quotes that we heard in this movie. I like the part where it says like, "You were born to win."
I gotta say, hearing that with my eyes closed was a spiritual experience.
Thank you, Seth. Sam, did you like that one?
Yeah, that was great.
Viewers, let me know what you thought.
All right. Thank you, Elijah, for the very long introduction to our category.
Of course.
The Talladega Nights quote of the movie, guys. What are your favorite quotes from Heat? Sam? Sam's thinking.
Great question. Might be, I say what I say, I do what I do.
Ooh, banger.
I say what I say, I do what I do. De Niro.
My favorite was the part where he says there's something along the lines of, I'm gonna butcher it, but just work with me here. It's like the other
the phone call.
Yeah, just someone to say that.
Forget the money.
Here, I got you.
Oh, you got me?
Right here. Here. What are you doing?
What are you doing? What am I doing? I'm talking to an empty telephone. I don't understand. Because there's a dead man on the other side of this line.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah. That was a great scene.
What a line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Michael Mann is writing this and he knows that they're gas.
Yeah.
Right? My favorite line in the whole movie. And De Niro's my favorite character. Like I was actually kind of rooting for De Niro to win.
Yeah, really.
When I was watching, like every time I watched it, I like hope that he wins. But Pacino's, you do what you do, I do what I gotta do.
That's great.
Right? I like we're sitting here, like a couple regular fellas.
Yeah.
Right? You do what you do and I do what I gotta do. And now that we've been face to face, if I'm there and I gotta put you away, I won't like it. But I tell you, if it's between you and some poor bastard whose wife you're gonna turn into a widow, brother, you are going down. Gas.
That's gas.
I would get that tatted.
You'd go that
on my back.
All right, so I'm thinking goldfish voice tattooed.
They're all just in quotes.
Brandon with the quotes
like
of
super small font, like on like a wrist or something.
Yeah.
Man, I think like this. I think all these quotes are just a sign that the script on this movie was incredible.
It was great.
It's one of the best scripts of all time, in my opinion.
I think so. And you said Mann wrote it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Sammy, you got anything else?
Honorable mention, I would say. Definitely where he describes his way of life, where he's like, I don't remember the entire thing, but he's like, if you can't get out of it in 30 seconds once you feel the heat around the corner.
That's good.
It's the quote where he says, "Don't let yourself get attached to anything you are not willing to walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you feel the heat around the corner."
There you go.
I feel like that is the thesis of the movie.
Mm-hmm. I feel like he didn't follow that at the...
De Niro?
Yeah.
Wait, he followed that.
You think so?
He literally ditched the girl when he felt it. It literally stages the quote, but he knows the heat coming around the corner, and he leaves.
Fair enough. Well, I felt like he, was holding on to her for a while.
Oh, for too long. Sam says get lost, bro. If that was Sam, he did for a long time ago.
Sam saw that was like, why are you taking so long to run?
Sam said, "What's the holdup?"
He didn't say a word to her. Sam's like, wow, this guy's such a pussy. Walking away.
I like the one where he's like, I do what I do best. I take scores.
Yeah,
that one's good.
Yeah, you do what you do best. Taking guys down taking down guys like me.
Stop guys like me. Yeah,
that's amazing. A quote that I think sticks out that's really funny is well, for me, the action is the juice.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
That's just like one zinger in the movie and nails it. Absolutely nails it.
Also, just like they drop the word heat so many times, or like they use the
name drop.
I love the I love when movies have vocabulary and lingo that feels unique to itself.
Yeah.
And I love how when they're talking about like getting it out, drop all that vocabulary is just so sick. It feels like a lived in world. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into the Kevin Durant Real MVP Award. Who is the MVP of the movie?
This is a tough one because we're just dealing with super big performers.
I think the candidates are Mann, De Niro, Pacino.
Mann?
Michael Mann, because he wrote and directed the movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking. Oh, I was just thinking about actors.
Okay.
So we're allowed to include the director?
Here, let's decide it right now. I think MVP could also consider crew members.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. I'm cool with that. And it could be like Selma too.
Most valuable.
Not in this one, but it can be the editor, cinematographer.
It's gonna have to be a really well edited movie.
Yeah. Pretty much only Thelma. no one else is getting a consideration for that.
Yeah. But who's the MVP?
List the candidates again.
I think y'all could always offer
say whoever.
Candidates, but Michael Mann, De Niro, and Pacino I think are the clear those are the three. The coach, the two players. Yeah. Most valuable player on this team.
For me, it's definitely Pacino. This movie is not itself without Pacino. I don't think. I mean, we've seen Scorsese, not Scorsese, De Niro play big, loudmouth, flashy roles. But I think the way that Pacino carries himself, as such a boss and super flamboyant, I think is super good.
He adds an electricity to this movie because I feel like if both of them were playing the composed cold guy, you could argue the movie would get a little icy.
Yeah.
But the intensity that Pacino brings on screen, it's like you're injecting it with something.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say this is my favorite performance of the whole series.
Pacino.
Yeah. That's Pacino in this, and I mean we talked about this a little bit when we were watching the movie. It's funny because so Sam, for the viewers, when we were watching the film, Sam picked De Niro as who you were liking, right?
Yeah,
at least halfway through the movie or something. Still, yeah. And I liked Pacino's performance more, and I think it's representative also of what we're into or what our personalities are like too.
Yeah,
because Sam's a little bit more
reserved.
Yeah, more technical too.
Well, that's interesting. So, it's also because of their way of life. So for Pacino, he's a detective, right? He's a good guy, right?
Yeah,
he has the luxury of being that exuberant, high energy, talkative, right? I feel like for De Niro, his character, well, he is a criminal. He has to lie low. He has to keep himself reserved.
Yeah.
So I think
seems like I relate to this a lot more.
Is it just me though, or in my head, I would think it's the opposite?
You think it'd be the opposite?
I think that's intentional.
Yeah. I would think that a detective is very professional.
Well, yeah, you would think that, right?
Yeah.
But it makes sense.
But you're saying it's
with their characters,
sure.
How they have to live their lives.
I think one of the most brilliant things about the movie is that they're both complete opposite, but they're also both the exact same person.
They both command so much power and respect in different ways.
Yeah. I read a comment saying that you could feel in the diner scene that in another life they're best friends.
Yeah,
because they're both the exact same person.
And he even says I've met you, I've seen you face to face. I don't want to shoot you or take you down, but if it's between
Yeah.
I think, okay, one thing that I was thinking about consistently during the movie is, I don't know if, is this, that it's the morality of him being a detective is never addressed. So he's not doing things because he's quote unquote, a good guy. He's not doing things because he cares about society and the law. It's simply like a cat and mouse movie. And I think most heist or crime movies that I see, I feel like they establish the cop is doing it because he has strong morals and he thinks that he should do this to serve his community. That's not the case.
But Pacino's just this is my job and I do it well.
Yeah. To me, it's almost not even a crime movie. It's just watching two masters and they see it as their craft.
Yeah.
To me, it's a craft. It's I guess one of those it's an ambition movie where
a competition.
They're they're both into excellence. That's what the movie's about.
Yeah.
And this is an interest that Mann has throughout all of his filmography, and an interest that a lot of people have been getting into as far as filmmakers of the past couple decades is to hone in on Michael Mann. This movie is about men trying to achieve greatness while their relationships are holding them back, and it's whether or not you're willing to cut ties with your life to achieve that excellence. That to me is what Heat is really about.
Yeah.
The heat around the corner isn't the police. The heat around the corner is whether or not you're willing to, the pressure of life, and if you're willing to abandon life to achieve mastery.
Greatness. Yeah, and I guess the real question is Sam, are you?
That's what it's all been leading up to, huh?
What a call! That's one of the best calls of the whole show.
Should we have a therapy corner? Over here?
That is
that's a very good reading, and that's I could pick that up because they all left their, they all had to leave their relationships and stuff.
They, both of them leave but they do it in different ways. Pacino is I'm sorry, I'm not who you're looking for, and then De Niro ditches. But they both kind of have the same fate in a way.
Sure.
Yeah, they lose their loved ones just because they value their job over it.
I mean, going off of what you said too is I like that this movie, you're not guilted into rooting for the cop. Essentially,
no,
not at all.
They're both doing equally not good things.
Pacino beat someone 5 seconds into beating him.
De Niro. I like the way that his character is almost he sees himself as this noble samurai. He feels if it's almost religious the way that he abides by this law.
Sure.
Right? He it's Carlito's way.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, he's got this is how I do things. I will not go away from it. Right? It's really cool. And I feel it's something that Michael Mann probably struggles with actually.
Sure.
He puts it in all his movies. I was thinking about Ferrari a lot in this movie. Sam, I'm talking about the 2023 Adam Driver biopic where he played Enzo Ferrari. And that movie is just about how Enzo Ferrari wants to build a great thing, but all of his mistresses are weighing him down. That's literally what the movie's about. It's about a dude who wants to get something done in a very specific way.
Someone like that one.
But his wife is hagging on him.
Yeah. I mean, we can all relate.
Sounds like a biopic about me. No, just kidding. But I really like that. That's both of the characters. They're being weighed down.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel it's such a common theme to explore of greatness or ambition.
Yeah.
So many more.
Damien Chazelle explores this in every single movie he does.
I was going to exactly say that.
Completely different way, but they're both juggling with the same exact theme about excellence, which it makes sense for auteur directors to have this as a core theme personally, because they are individual people that want to achieve something great.
Great, yeah.
In order to achieve something great, they have to sacrifice their lives.
Yeah. It's also pretty common for plumbers. It's we go to work every day and we want to achieve greatness. It's just in a different way. You know what I mean, Sam?
All right, guys, let's get into our next category. As far as the MVP, I feel it's a fair game for any three of them. Roger Deakins, shot of the movie.
Okay. So he did the cinematography.
No, it's just named after Roger Deakins.
Okay, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually don't know who lit this movie.
Shot of the movie?
Yeah.
It'd have to be either two of these. Either the cat and mouse Tom and Jerry scenes. I think you don't know what I'm talking about. So one of them is when they're in the truck and they could see them through the thermal cameras right before he makes the noise on the truck to let them know.
Yeah.
And it's just De Niro staring straight into the camera. That's one of my favorite shots. The second one is when De Niro plays the detectives.
Yeah.
And he's on the tower like that. Just taking pictures.
The way that Michael Mann, like the way that that's directed and cut is so brilliant because Pacino's not saying anything as he's turning around, but you could feel that his mind is like arriving to a conclusion. Like he's scanning everything, and I like how as the music is intensifying, it's like, oh, he's like learning something, and then that big line drop, like they're watching us.
Yeah,
the LAPD, so good.
No, I was gonna say that's such a great pull, and I should have said that for my favorite shot of the scene of the movie.
Scene of the movie.
That was that was incredible.
What a
that
beat.
was
I wanted to save this one.
I remember you were laughing because you were like, did they just switch spots? Like that's so funny.
I thought that was hilarious. That was like such a good prank. That along with the fire alarm. These guys are prank masters.
Can we talk about that? I feel like De Niro in the like hotel is some of my favorite like stuff. Like the phone call, like they messed up Jameson's order. The way that he's got his hands up
when he's
look, the police officer has the gun to him. He brings the gun to his neck to feel it, and then whips around. So good.
Also through the doorbell, through the ring.
Oh yeah,
the door.
Turned around.
Yeah. That was great stuff. So back to the shot of the movie. I liked it was a transition where it's like we see De Niro standing up, or what was it, Pacino? We see I think it was Pacino, standing up against the clear windows.
That was De Niro. The one where he's leaning against the big blue. Yeah. And
that was a transition from something into that, and that was his house. Yeah. And that's also where we see that there's when the dude is sleeping on the floor after his wife kicks him out. We see several scenes there. I think that shot was beautiful. Yeah, the lighting on it was great.
I think that's probably one of the best shots of the entire film because it captures so much. Like him, like the gun is in the foreground and it's just him staring out into the ocean. And I like how with not just the ocean but the whole film washed out in blue. Yeah, and the way that it's framed, it's like he's so isolated. Like to me, that shot is perfect for Neil's character. Like that to me is like, oh, that captures Neil. Like he is a man simply on a mission and just looking out into the ocean alone. Like it feels like the whole movie or the whole character is encapsulated in that one shot of like he's a lonely dude.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, that's great.
And then another shot for me is just the final shot. Like that is such a special moment. Like the two legends. Like I like how Pacino gives him that grace of like yeah, you suck, but I'll give you this. Yeah. Right. Like he gives him like a level of honor.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that moment is just so sick. Like
so good.
One of my favorite shots in cinema history.
Yeah. Which shot do you have framed in your room, or you do have a frame from this, or no?
I actually don't.
No.
I don't think so.
You just own the DVD.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Any other shots?
None off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Willem Dafoe Award for Who Stole the Movie.
Okay. I really liked whatever Van Dinkle or whatever his name is.
Van Zant?
Yeah.
Van
No.
Van Dinkle?
Val Kilmer?
Yeah. That
guy. We went from Val Kilmer to Van Dinkle.
Val Kilmer. You can call me Van Dinkle.
Who Stole the Movie Award?
Van Dinkle is kind of a fire nickname.
Van Dinkle?
Call me Van Dinkle.
Slick.
Van
Slick.
Kilmer.
We gotta call you Slick now.
Yeah, Slick is gas.
Yeah.
Van Kilmer, I really liked his character. I thought he didn't say like very much the whole movie.
Yeah.
I thought
he didn't have that many lines.
I think he's attractive. Like low key.
You always pick someone to call out.
The big pearly whites when he's smiling.
I my only experience with that guy is in Top Gun. Is specifically, I know he was in the first one, which I saw, but also the second one where he's like his voice is messed up or something.
Yeah.
So it was like shocking seeing how attractive he was and how like good. I mean, he was great.
Yeah. Originally, Keanu Reeves was slated for that role. Actually, I'm glad that Val Kilmer. Yeah, no, for real. Yeah,
really?
And I'm glad that Val Kilmer. Got it.
He was great. He just gives that like psychopath, like especially with him with the machine gun.
Yeah.
Like he just gives that like crazy man for persona. Yeah. How about you, Sam?
Like Psycho. Who stole the movie? Yeah. I don't even know his name. I could probably describe him. It'd be one of the detectives.
The black guy.
Yes.
Whoa.
Right.
Druckers, I think is his name. Sergeant Druckers.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I liked
it's
him.
when they get into the safe house where the wife gets there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the liquor dealer, whatever he was,
Alan Marciano.
Yeah, starts talking back, and he just put so much presence in his short scene. Yeah. So I think he's would have stole the movie.
I like the moment where he correctly calls that she was lying.
Yeah,
like that was such a great moment, and it doesn't like work out, but that was still such a cool like little gotcha moment in that scene.
Yeah,
because I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, me either. I kind of wish we got more from the other two guys that were part of the group of 4 that did like the beginning heist.
Trejo and Michael.
Yeah, I love Trejo like as an actor.
Yeah.
And then we Michael pretty much just like ran around with them. I really liked all of the stuff with them 4, like the heist stuff, and then at the beginning, where they killed they attempt to kill the guy for messing with the heist.
Oh, and they were like so organized and collected throughout all of it.
Yeah.
I like how they move like an FBI team. Like they move in such an official manner. Like it's not like, oh, like we're just gonna go and steal. Like no, they're like it's like watching like I don't know, like SEAL Team 6. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just the way they like take their posts watch. And then the guy gave him the signal when the cops came. And it's like so official, so good.
Same with the heist. You know, they get all they need. They set up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really awesome. And I guess for me, like, like all the mannerisms that Val Kilmer has in this movie, like as far as the physicality that it brings in this role, steals the movie for me. And like, it's so cool when Van Sant does the setup for them to take him out. And he rolls out of the metal cage and then starts firing. And the way that he holds the gun, just
that was
like,
awesome.
So cool. To mention another name though, Tommy Sizemore, the guy that plays Michael, I really like loved him just for the line. For me, the action is the juice.
Yeah. He was great.
Great stuff. I got a little surprised at the end of this.
Okay.
Category, but whoa, Sam! I told you not to look at my laptop. What are you doing? All right.
Don't worry, I haven't seen anything.
Okay, good. But let's get into this category. The Disney cash grab category.
Oh yeah.
Pitch the sequel, remake, reboot, or spinoff. Who wants to go first? Sam won the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. With a tally 1-0. Who wants to go first?
Sam,
all right, you're on the spot. I guess you won last time, so you
I
gotta
won
go
last
now.
time.
Yeah.
I would want to have fun with this one, right? So one thing I would love to see more of.
Sam didn't have any fun this movie.
One of the most fun parts of this movie was all the heist. I would love to see their crew working on more jobs. So I think another movie.
Okay.
But mainly how they got the crew together.
Okay, so what is this, a prequel movie?
Prequel.
Okay.
Where it's De Niro gathering his crew. Like they're not established yet, right?
Okay.
But it's De Niro, you know.
Okay. And then what is this movie called?
What's it called?
Yeah.
Mean Streets. No.
It's called Cold.
Freezing.
The movie's called Freeze.
It's called Frigid.
All right. So Sam's got the Heat prequel.
Yeah.
Elijah, what you got?
I'm not gonna lie, that was exactly what I was thinking. So I'm a pivot.
Okay.
So it's sequel, prequel, or a series, right? Like a TV show.
Sequel, prequel, remake, reboot, or spinoff.
Oh, remake. Okay, interesting.
Well, that's almost like never a good option.
Yeah.
I don't even know why that's on there.
Yeah, like in what case is that good?
Like an Asian remake.
Yeah. And then what's a spinoff?
A spinoff is where, like, for example, you have John Wick. That's the lead. You take someone like a minor character, ballerina, spin it off.
Okay.
So it's like a new thing attached to
Interesting.
An old thing.
All right. Give me that then. Okay. we'll do it. We'll do a spinoff, right?
Okay.
And we're gonna do it of the black cop.
Druckers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
This is the most.
I like that.
He did so good in this movie.
90% of the people don't remember this guy from the movie.
No, dude, he was great.
All right.
It was a pivotal part.
No offense to him.
No offense, right?
Yeah.
So Pacino was obviously like this took it out of Pacino. He said he's gonna go sleep for a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna sleep for a month, right? And he gives the reins over to this guy, and he cranks it. He goes down on it, and
You're not winning this category.
he just does he does more of what Pacino did, but even better. He just does a superb job. All right, there you go.
You just spent like 45 seconds explaining that. I could not tell you what you just said.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
All right.
That's okay.
I'm gonna give it to Sam in a very like.
Dang it!
Oh, yeah.
In a very underwhelming.
You asked for a title?
Moment. Yeah.
30 seconds.
Okay.
All right, I'm giving it to Elijah. I'm just kidding. I'm actually giving it to nobody because it is confirmed. Michael Mann is creating Heat 2.
What?
Let's go.
What? Wait, I actually
30
Confirmed.
years later?
Heat 2 is coming out since 2023. Confirmed. Look at Elijah dance. And now, guys, I
Jeremy
have
Timmers. A trailer? You got a trailer?
I have a trailer. I don't have a trailer.
Oh, okay, dang. Okay. All right. Oops.
What are we doing?
Oh, I thought you might have a trailer.
Do I have a trailer?
Bro, Heat 2.
Oh my god.
He's actually directing it.
I can't tell if
Okay,
he's joking
guys.
or not.
So It's the cast is not officially confirmed, but the rumors have been pretty strong.
Okay.
What has been confirmed, the story of Heat 2, you can actually read it now because the novel's already out. Michael Mann wrote the novel Heat 2. It's out. You can watch. I'm not reading it though. I want to watch the movie. It is like The Godfather 2, a prequel and a sequel. So, cast rumors.
Okay.
So first, like I said,
wait, can I guess?
Ooh,
Van Kilmer.
Wait.
He does the whole movie. But there's no talking because he can't.
Okay, guys, that's actually fine. We get pop quiz part 2.
Okay.
So as I mentioned, it's a prequel and sequel. So there's rumors that Al Pacino is reprising his role as Vincent Hanna. Okay. But the prequel aspect, we're getting Neil back, right?
Okay.
In the prequel, there is an actor that is attached to this, and I would say it's like pretty much confirmed. Which actor today do you think is playing
Neil?
Young Neil? And this is a popular enough actor where you could guess it.
Okay.
And if y'all can't guess it, I'll give y'all answer choices.
Okay. How about do you just want to spit out some names?
Tom Holland.
Get out the pod. We got Tom Holland as Young Neil. Okay. Ooh, Elijah's turning his head.
Austin Butler.
I'm gonna give you this. That's wrong, but Austin Butler is rumored to play a different character.
Really?
Which character?
Which character?
Yeah.
I don't know who Austin Butler is.
Well, there's only a few options.
Yeah.
De Niro's character. Okay. One of the other heist guys.
Yeah. Who?
Van Kilmer.
Yeah. Austin
Really?
Butler is attached to play
Young
Chris. Young Chris.
Really? Okay.
Who plays Young Neil? You can get this.
Okay, I can get it. Okay.
This is a very popular actor, and I could give hints.
Very popular.
Yes.
Okay.
Like one of the most popular actors of the decade.
And he's young.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's Young Neil. Okay. Yeah. So like, it's not Leo. I'll give you that.
Yeah. He's too old, right?
Yeah, because Leo is the same age as
all right.
what De Niro. He's not super young though.
He's not super young?
Not Tom Holland. This isn't Uncharted. I could give hints if you need them.
All right, give me a hint.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know because the clues that I would give you, I feel like you wouldn't get it still.
Try.
Okay.
If how about you give us a clue? If we don't get that, then give us multiple choice, maybe.
Okay. But the problem is, okay. Because I could do multiple choice, but I don't think I could come up with them fast enough.
Yeah. Also, viewers, leave a comment of who you think it is.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen him in a movie actually, which is crazy.
Okay.
And I feel like Sam is just lost.
but I know the name though.
I might know. You said he's popular. So
you're not sure if I know the name?
You know the name for sure.
Okay.
But I think the clue that I'm gonna give you, you haven't seen him in.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna
let's
throw
try
it
it.
anyway.
Yeah.
All right. He was the villain in a major blockbuster franchise.
Major blockbuster franchise.
Okay. Major blockbuster franchise.
Yeah.
Fast
and Furious. No.
Yeah. Blockbuster franchise. Let's do like Jurassic World.
No.
I'm just naming major franchises.
Batman.
No. All right. Let's go even deeper.
No.
I guess I'm just gonna tell you because this is going.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Adam Driver.
Oh yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen him in a lot of movies.
What have you seen him in?
Well,
Because I was
Ferrari.
I should have said that he started yeah.
And then something else.
What I was thinking of is that his most popular role is Kylo Ren, but you haven't seen the Star Wars yet. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where
That's his. Yeah, probably his most popular.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. Isn't that perfect?
That's great.
Like I could totally see him
totally
that
see
dead
that.
stare.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. So
Wow. Okay, dude,
like,
I'm so excited for this.
and Austin Butler as a young Chris is
yeah.
perfect.
So who else are we talking on the docket? Did
I
you
have a
anyone
hard time
else?
seeing that just because of the hair.
I've seen Oscar Isaac attached to this. Like his name is also
see
floating
that.
around. So
Yeah.
that's a stat cast. And for a different character, Anna de Armas is also rumored.
Who?
Anna de Armas.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So this is like this. I think I don't remember if the script is done, but it's like it's still in early development.
Really?
But it's
How
like,
old is Michael Mann?
I don't know, but
he still has a while.
he's really old.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, he's
Oh,
old.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's like super exciting.
Wow, dude. Okay, so and then there's like no timeline, right? Like at all. Like we don't, it could be 5 years.
Oh, I don't know about 5 years.
Less.
I mean, it's in early development, but like the script is already like they have the story now. It's just like, I mean,
it's in the
he wrote the novel.
Sure.
Right?
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So Michael Mann wrote Heat and Heat 2.
Yeah.
And direct.
Is it common for directors to write a book, or like authors to direct a movie?
It's common for authors to co-write a screenplay with the director.
Sure, that makes sense.
That's common. Novels from a writer-director, no. But the next example that I think of is like Quentin Tarantino, where he has like, I don't know about like released novels, but there are like, he says that he like writes out like backstories and what happens after in the characters of his films.
I see.
Yeah.
Dude, this is incredible. This is incredible news.
Yeah, Heat 2, baby.
The best day.
That's so exciting. That'd be funny if like just never like came out.
Yeah, it never came out, which is a possibility, right? I mean, like they do so many of these where it's like things are rumored to be making, but I mean, you didn't say confirmed. It's like in process.
Yeah, like he's
but who knows?
Talked about it. Yeah.
I mean, Now You See Me 3 took like 10 years to come out, so
yeah.
Who knows? That's so exciting. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to hear the inside scoop stuff.
Oh,
I'm very interested to see the whole De Niro Pacino like on set stuff. Tell me about that.
You could see me. I'm looking for my my laptop here because I'm confused on which, like, I know that there's another category left. The inside scoop.
Scoop.
Shout
out AJ.
Shout out AJ. All right, I have a lot of stuff for the inside scoop.
All right,
like I mentioned earlier, the dubbing and the gunshots during the bank robbery shootout, or rather than dubbing, Michael Mann had microphones carefully placed on the set so the audio could be captured live. Right.
Well, me and Sam are in sync to it with our.
Let's go into the rehearsal. For the big diner scene. Okay. Right. Then we have one other piece of trivia that Richard was trying to tell y'all before the movie started. I'll get to that last.
Okay, sounds good. Okay.
In an interview with Al Pacino on the DVD special edition, Pacino revealed that for the scene in the restaurant between Hannah and Macaulay, Robert De Niro felt that the scene should not be rehearsed so that the unfamiliarity between the two characters would seem more genuine, and they agreed. So they shot the scene with no practice rehearsals. They did not go through the scene together before shooting it. So that's, you're watching them like literally for the first time interact. Like they know their lines, obviously.
Yeah. That's incredible. And so wait, so remind me which scene it is. You say Hannah and Collie?
Yeah, the showdown scene where they talk for the first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I was watching like clips from the Blu-ray extras, of like about the whole scene and like the intensity that they're going through with that. Yeah, and it's like Robert De Niro would only work on his stuff on his own.
Yeah,
Pacino's on his own, and they finally sit them down. And they had two cameras just roll alive.
Yeah.
And just boom.
That's cool.
Magic the scene.
Because I feel like you could just like tell that things are like really tense.
Yeah. Like I feel like the set that day must have been electric.
It's kind of awkward. Like that scene feels like awkward to me. A little bit. That's so cool.
But yeah. Yeah. It really does feel like fresh. Like they feel like they're really just meeting for the first time there. Like I said earlier, Michael Mann noted that Al Pacino improvised the great ass line. Let's get into now the Val Kilmer stuff.
Yeah.
So the thing that Richard was trying to say that this movie is really famous for is that Val Kilmer's handling of the gun was like so good and so accurate that it was used by the military for the Marine recruits as an example of the proper way to retreat while under fire.
What?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Like they showed Marine recruits a video.
Yeah. What the heck?
Yeah. So it says here, Val Kilmer was thrilled to learn that the moment in the gun battle scene where he runs out of bullets and rapidly changes his magazine is regularly shown to Marine recruits as an example of how to perform the action properly.
Our military is screwed.
So that's how Richard was trying to mention that like this movie is legit. Like Val Kilmer, I don't remember what it was, but he prior to this movie had a ton of experience with guns.
Yeah.
So he actually helped the like crew members teach people how to like handle guns on set.
I see.
Like, he was one of the people helping out with that.
That's fascinating. I feel like he does. I mean, we already talked about it. He looks like he should have a machine gun in his hand.
Like a psycho.
Yeah. He looks crazy. That's so interesting.
Yeah. It's freaking sick. And
well, like he knew all that, but he didn't know that there's such the thing as a crossfire. Or police shooting at police is not good. I'll tell you that.
Man, I also think that they're just watching De Niro and Pacino hold like live guns at that age just looked sick.
Sick, yeah. They aged like fine wine, like with their beards. They look like they look real good.
Yeah. So that's our inside scoop for today. And then
that's crazy. That's so cool.
As we reach towards like the ending of this episode, I just wanted to ask y'all, like, stripping the plot down, and we kind of hit on this earlier, but what is this movie about to y'all?
For me, it is definitely about. I mean, you kind of took my analysis like a step further, which I see, like instantly coming out of the movie. What I saw is that, like, everyone loses who they love. Like, you have to leave. Either they will leave or you leave them.
Yeah,
essentially.
The movie, like, it has sequences like in between the action scenes where it's just going like a carousel one by one of like an update on the relationships of each character.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, you could feel the arc of Vincent and his wife, and like how that disintegrates.
Yeah.
And then you see De Niro and Edie, and how that disintegrates. And it's even in like micro stories. Like, Michael is like, his wife and them they're fine. They're financially stable. Like Robert De Niro's trying to dip, but he's fine.
Yeah.
Right. He still takes the job and he dies.
Yeah.
Right. Another micro story. The black guy Hammond, I think is his name, or whatever his name was. Right?
Yeah. The driver.
Yeah, the driver. Yeah. Like, he's struggling in his job.
Yeah.
He doesn't like his job.
Yeah.
Right. And his companion's like, I just want you to hang on for a little longer. He dips, he dies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then with Waingro, that's a really tiny moment, but the girl is with him, and Waingro is on a streak of murders, kills her, and the mother loses someone just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right. And I like that, like domino effect of like everyone is losing to the heater on the corner.
Yeah, that's gas. That's a great analysis. I also think it's like in every movie that we've seen in this series, like most of them they all leave or like they all lose their relationships. Yeah. Like name one film that we watched where they
happy ending.
They live in a happy like marriage for the rest of their life. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a very common theme that we're seeing. So, Sam, you?
That's a good one. Mine's just like two mirrors reflecting off each other. That's what I got. Like, it was just the contrast, but also the similarity in their lives. So that's what I thought the movie was about.
Yeah, the movie uses a lot of language that talks to that, like the flip side of that coin. And this movie feels like watching like a perfect like yin and yang.
Yeah.
Right.
I also think the theme exploring like what I was talking about earlier with like the police officer who is like supposed to be quote unquote like good, like what is morality? You know, who really is like doing right? I think that's something that it explores too.
Yeah. Yeah, and then additionally to that, like the movie, the one core scene was when De Niro's driving off, right? And it has this beautiful shot where they're going through the tunnel, and the movie washes it in white.
Yeah,
and it's like they're driving into paradise. Like, it feels like like they're driving like
they're getting
heaven.
away.
Yeah, like it's like they're home free, and he literally says like we're home free, but not a word said. But you could look at De Niro's face, and he has a smile.
Yeah.
But then you could see when Waingro pops back into his head, and the smile fades. And it cuts to Edie. She's clueless. She's like, "Oh, this is nice."
Yeah.
Then you could see De Niro like getting more stern, and it's that classic like, but there's one last thing tie up,
one loose end,
and he just turns, and then the whole movie from there just plummets. And I like how it's like, actually, the theme is like you have every opportunity to choose, like your own freedom, but we like have these like that's his attachment, right? Like that's just
even like when that happened, like I remember saying like, you know, we all got that one guy, right? Like, or like, you know, that we always go back, right? And we know we shouldn't go back, but we go back.
Like, they had the option once they knew they got, you know, were under surveillance by LAPD. They were like, get out of town, you know.
Right there at that exactly too. Like they all could have, they knew that the heat was on them, and they all could have left.
Yeah, and they were just like, nope.
Great point.
Another one.
Yeah, like. All of the like fallouts are just from like, it's really their own choice. Like there's a lot of like moments where and this is popular throughout all of Michael Mann's filmography, which is like coincidences. Like for example, when Val Kilmer's character, like his thing was secured and like he just like home free even though the cops were there. Like those coincidences of like they have something that's not under their control but it happens to them, right? But in this movie, like for example, the black guy, like his life sucked, but just like in that moment, drop of a hat, like he basically like ended his life. It's crazy.
Choices are important. Crazy.
Yeah, choices are important on the pod. That's
wow.
Yeah. How do y'all feel like this movie will age for y'all as it goes on?
Oh, great, because it's has a lot of aspects of like modern movies, right? So it's definitely going to last a long time, I feel like.
I don't see this being like one that with more watches will deteriorate. If anything, get better and better.
Notice other things that we missed. Yeah.
We'll pick up on more like nuances and symbolism as I go. And like, I think it will age extremely well. I think it probably has aged well. What do you think, Seth?
Yeah, like Richard was telling us earlier today, like this movie is foundational for a lot of modern blockbusters. And we were talking about The Dark Knight, which will be to tease season 2, the first movie that we dive into for season 2, because it's a nice transition point. Because The Dark Knight, known as arguably the greatest blockbuster ever made, is quite literally a DC version of Heat, where you have Batman versus Joker, which I'm sure y'all know already about The Dark Knight, and it's framed as two perfect opposites that are like both against each other, but have a weirdly like symbiotic relationship. And it's framed as like a head-to-head matchup, where in that movie too, they have like a mid-movie conversational showdown, and it's like the battle of like their philosophies and morality and how they're different and how they're the same, with those big epic action scenes, heists, shootouts. That stuff is really exciting. So yes, in short, movie has aged perfectly. I love how there's poetry and huge doses of like dumb, absurdist, wild humor. She's got a great ass, right? Yeah. Like it's really funny that right now like the convo has gotten like really like serious, but this movie's got a line where it's like, she's got a great ass. Yeah. I'm Donald Duck.
Or the Phoenix.
Yeah. So good. Any final thoughts, guys?
Man, I think
on your yearly rewatch, I'll have to watch it. We'll have to watch it.
Yeah, we will. I think that this is a great way to have a finale. I think this is a valid movie for the whole series leading up to it. It was a fun watch. It was great. I want to say a few things. Of course. Shout outs to the guys at work. You know, I was staying for OT this week. Yeah. And I was chatting with the boys, and they were very interested in our podcast. So they're gonna subscribe and check it out. So shout out to Lawrence, Israel, and Alex. In addition to the guys I shouted out before, which was Mason and Emmanuel. But do you guys remember me saying that Romeo was gonna get fired? Do you guys remember that?
Did he get fired?
He got fired.
Oh. Later, Romeo.
I remember you go, Romeo, you're getting fired.
Yeah, so I told you, Romeo.
That's crazy.
You know, I don't talk to him because he got fired. But the rest of the guys, we'd love to have you on at some point. They said that they're interested in being on.
Bring it on.
Yeah, and they'd be a good hang. Some of them are good. And actually, I was telling my friend Israel, he was like asking about what's the best mafia film that we watched. So I gave him like, he loves Goodfellas. He likes Godfather. So I told him like some recs, and I told him to watch Casino because it was the one that we had just watched, and he told me what he was into and all that. Yeah. And so he's gonna check out Casino, but
and tell him to listen to the pod when it comes out.
Okay, I will. Yeah. And then my friend Alex, he's older. He's like 32, and he was telling me movies that I should watch. And bro's seen like every movie to ever exist because like, I think he watches a movie every night. Great. He's seen a lot of films. He would be fun to have on.
Tell them they're free to suggest movies for season 2 that we'll cover or have them on for.
Bet. Okay. So you guys hear that at the local 142, the union. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Sam, any last words?
Just know that season 1's ending, but season 2 is gonna end with Heat 2.
So, dude, that'd be nice.
That's hilarious. What a fool. When Heat 2 finally comes out, that'll be the season 2 finale.
I know that we've been talking about this as a finale, but just to be clear, we do have one more episode for season 1. The epilogue.
Yeah, the epilogue. It's going to be such a sad like send-off because that movie is like about like old age and death and like regret about like what you did in your past life or in your life, and it's just going to be such a great retrospect.
Downer.
Yeah, because we're going to go from like, hell yeah, Heat. And then The Irishman's gonna be this like really sad send off. So that's gonna be a great note to end season 1 on.
It'll be fun. Yeah. And then Seth will be going to the Philippines.
I am going to the Philippines. Yeah, the motherland. They've been calling me home.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're sad. Have to film a few things without you, but we look forward to your return.
No, I'm just gonna be staying in my bed the whole day. Stay home from work, call in, think about Seth. We're gonna have some. We're working on the technology though, for some call-ins and some Zooms and some special appearances from Seth.
Yeah.
And then that soundboard, you think we could do that for season 2?
Oh yeah, I have it planned. I actually already know how to do it.
That's great.
Episode 1, we're gonna have. I want episode 1 of season 2, full music, full soundboard.
Love it.
Full we have it down.
Oh, that's great.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, you know how Memorial Day is on Monday? I have off work, so if you want any help with getting that set up, if you want to do it, some of it on Monday,
yeah,
I'll be willing to help. Also, on Monday, I'm gonna lock in and get the Instagram up and running because
wait, do you want to meet up and just do a full
like Goldfish Boys
Goldfish
day?
Boys / stew?
I probably could.
Stuff,
yeah.
Right.
I'll let you know, but I'm pretty sure we could do that. Yeah.
Wait, so you're like not working on Monday?
Yeah,
bro.
I never get a day off. I never get a day off. But at Monday,
let me know. Like I will spend the whole day with you.
Right,
from like.
Oh, and AJ will be done with his quiz too.
Dude, that's great. Oh my god! Oh my god! AJ's taking the MCAT tomorrow. He just called it a quiz.
He'll finally be done with his little quiz.
Oh my god! Oh, yeah, there's a 12 straight episode where we mentioned AJ.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've been using that joke a lot because I think it's hilarious.
It is funny.
You have quiz?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's studying for a quiz.
Quiz.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Before I send off this episode, I just like to mention that tonight we are seeing Mission Impossible 8. I think what's crazy about this is that neither of y'all has seen a Mission Impossible movie.
Nope.
What are we doing on this pod? Oh my god, guys. What are we doing?
I'd rather be watching all these films than 7 Mission Impossibles.
But dude, those are gas.
Yeah, but we only have so much time.
Oh my god, I gotta add those to season 2.
Heck yeah.
I thought there was only like 3.
No! Mission Impossible, my favorite franchise of all time, and we're watching the grand finale. We're watching Tom Cruise save cinema, and my friends have no idea who these characters are.
Oh, we might meet them tonight. So,
yeah, Tom Cruise, shout out. You're in San Antonio right now.
He came to the downtown theater, so shout out Tommy Boy.
Yeah. AMC River Center. All right, guys, that was Heat. We'd like to thank y'all again. We're on Spotify, episodes every Monday. Follow us at goldfish_boys on all major social media platforms. Again, this is Goldfish Boys, where I show my buddies a classic, one episode at a time. So that's Goldfish
Boys. See you later.